From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Friday, November 18th, 2022. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. A Rapid City man was sentenced to 20 years in prison Wednesday for his involvement in the murder of 31-year-old Vernon Marshall on Christmas Eve, 2020. Caleb Lucas, 22, was sentenced by Judge Craig Fifley. He is the fourth and final sentencing of suspects in the case. Lucas pleaded guilty to the charge on October 20th in exchange for the state dropping an aiding and abetting first-degree murder charge that could have landed him in prison for life. Marshall was found lying on the ground after being shot twice in the back. More cars are being stolen in the Rapid City area. Amy Rose has the story.
Rapid City Police say the rate of stolen cars was up 27% in October when compared to the previous year. Assistant Chief of Police for Rapid City, Scott Sitz, says a car theft is a crime of opportunity, and as the weather gets colder, this type of behavior tends to increase. For example, he says people will leave their keys in the car and the car running to either warm it up or to make a quick run into the store. That makes it easy for car thieves. Additionally, Sitz says the approaching holiday season could also cause an increase in crimes like robbery. To prevent this from happening, people should leave valuables out of sight when shopping.
The Rapid City Legal and Finance Committee this week approved a second reading of an ordinance that would prohibit the sale of alcohol at medical marijuana facilities. The ordinance now heads to the Rapid City Council and should be heard at their Monday night meeting. The ordinance would keep licensed medical marijuana dispensaries from selling alcohol, either for consumption on site or to take away. The ordinance follows a council denial in October from Rapid City Cannabis Incorporated, who had asked the council for an alcohol license. In national and international news, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she won't seek a leadership role in the new Congress. Pelosi's decision Thursday comes after Democrats lost the House majority to Republicans in the midterm elections and after the brutal attack on her husband Paul by an intruder at their San Francisco home. Pelosi's decision makes way for a new generation of House Democratic leaders. She plans to stay on as a member of Congress, having won re-election from her California district. Pelosi is the first and only woman to serve as Speaker, breaking what she called the marble ceiling. Amy Rose has the latest on the war in Ukraine.
Ukraine's electricity grid operator is warning of hours-long power outages as Russia zeroed in on Ukraine's energy infrastructure with renewed artillery and missile attacks that have interrupted supply to as much as 40% of the population at the onset of winter. Grid operator Ukrenergo said Friday outages could last for several hours with colder temperatures putting additional pressure on energy networks. Moscow's attacks on Ukraine's energy and power facilities in the past weeks have left millions without heating and electricity, fueling fears of what the dead of winter will bring. Russian forces employed drones, rockets, heavy artillery, and warplanes in renewed attacks, and according to the presidential office, over the last 24 hours, it's resulted in the death of at least 6 civilians.
The sale of all beer with alcohol at the 8 World Cup stadiums in Qatar has been banned. The decision comes only 2 days before the start of the soccer tournament. Non-alcoholic beer will still be available for fans at the 64 matches. FIFA says the decision was made, quote, following discussions between host country authorities and FIFA. Champagne, wine, whiskey, and other alcohol is still expected to be served in the luxury hospitality areas of the stadiums. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Partly sunny and windy today with a high of 31. Wind diminishes tonight with a low of 18. Saturday, mostly sunny and 36. Much warmer on Sunday with a high of 51. And that was your Daily Slice for Friday, November 18th, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.